Gestapo. The Gestapo, or Geheime Staatspolizei, was Nazi Germany's secret state police, created in 1933 by Hermann Göring and later brought under Heinrich Himmler's SS control. By 1939, it was fully integrated into the Reich Main Security Office. Operating outside any court system, it had unchecked powers to arrest, interrogate, and imprison without trial. Its mission targeted political opponents, Jews, and foreign spies, while in occupied Europe it crushed resistance movements. With fewer than 20,000 officers, the Gestapo relied on citizen denunciations and a vast informant network. Surveillance, wiretaps, and torture were routine, spreading fear far beyond its limited manpower. Sicherheitsdienst. The Sicherheitsdienst, or SD, was the intelligence service of the SS, founded in 1931 by Reinhard Heydrich under Heinrich Himmler's direction. It became the Nazi Party's first dedicated intelligence agency, tasked with monitoring both enemies and loyal citizens. The SD built detailed card indexes on millions of Germans, tracking political views, personal behaviour, and suspected disloyalty. Abroad, it operated espionage networks to assess foreign governments and resistance groups. Unlike the Gestapo, which enforced through arrests, the SD focused on information gathering, analysis, and ideological control. By 1939, it was merged into the Reich Main Security Office, giving Heydrich vast centralized power. If you're finding these secret networks surprising, wait until you see how Nazi Germany's military intelligence, the Abwehr, tried to compete with the SS and Gestapo. Their story shows just how deep the Axis secret services were. And for more untold explainers like this, subscribe now to Crisis Logs and press the bell icon so you never miss a release. Abwehr. The Abwehr was Nazi Germany's military intelligence service, created in 1920 and led for most of World War II by Admiral Wilhelm Canaris. Its duties included espionage, counterintelligence, and sabotage against enemy forces. The Abwehr recruited agents in occupied territories and neutral countries, embedding them in embassies, businesses, and trade networks to gather military secrets. It also planned sabotage operations targeting Allied supply lines and infrastructure. Despite its mission, the Abwehr suffered from rivalry with the SS and Sicherheitsdienst, which limited its effectiveness. By 1944, after suspicions of Canaris's links to anti-Hitler conspiracies, the Abwehr was absorbed into the Reich Main Security Office. Kempeitai. The Kempeitai was Imperial Japan's military police, formally established in 1881 and active throughout World War II. Though attached to the army, it wielded authority far beyond normal policing, combining roles of secret police, counterintelligence, and occupation security. The Kempeitai hunted spies, suppressed resistance movements, and enforced loyalty among Japanese troops. In occupied territories across Asia, including China, Korea, and Southeast Asia, they conducted mass surveillance, interrogations, and reprisals. Methods were notoriously brutal, with torture and executions common. They also supervised forced labour and oversaw prisoner-of-war camps. By blending military discipline with secret police powers, the Kempeitai became central to Japan's wartime repression. RSHA. The Reichssicherheitshauptamt, or RSHA, was created in 1939 by Heinrich Himmler and placed under Reinhard Heydrich's leadership to centralize Nazi Germany's intelligence and police forces. It combined the Gestapo, the Sicherheitsdienst, SD, and the Kripo, or criminal police, into one vast security apparatus. The RSHA was divided into departments, or Amts, covering intelligence, counter-espionage, ideological research, and the persecution of Jews. It coordinated with Einsatzgruppen, mobile killing units that carried out mass shootings in occupied territories. The RSHA's structure allowed the SS to dominate both domestic and foreign intelligence. After Heydrich's death in 1942, Ernst Kaltenbrunner assumed control, overseeing the office until 1945. Toko. The Tokubetsu Koto Keisatsu, or Toko, was Japan's special hire police, established in 1911 and active through World War II. Its mission focused on suppressing political ideologies viewed as threats to the state, especially communism, socialism, and liberal democratic movements. The Toko monitored universities, labour unions, newspapers, and religious groups, using surveillance and infiltration to control dissent. They maintained detailed files on suspected subversives and frequently conducted interrogations, often involving intimidation or torture. During the war, the Toko expanded its reach into occupied territories, targeting nationalist groups and underground resistance. By controlling thought and speech, the Toko ensured ideological conformity within Japan's wartime society. Nakano School. The Nakano School, founded in 1938 near Tokyo, was Imperial Japan's elite training center for intelligence and unconventional warfare. Established under the Army General Staff, it produced officers skilled in espionage, counterintelligence, guerrilla tactics, and psychological warfare. Students learned foreign languages, sabotage methods, and propaganda techniques to destabilize enemy societies. Many graduates were deployed across Asia, infiltrating Chinese, Soviet, and Allied positions during World War II. The school emphasized both covert intelligence and irregular combat, preparing agents to lead local uprisings or disrupt supply lines. By training a cadre of specialized operatives, the Nakano School became the backbone of Japan's wartime intelligence efforts. OVRA. The OVRA, short for Opera Volontaria di Repressione Antifascismo, was Mussolini's secret police created in 1927 to eliminate opposition to fascist rule. It monitored political dissidents, socialist and communist groups, and even suspected critics within the regime. OVRA agents infiltrated labour unions, universities, and cultural organisations, maintaining surveillance networks across Italy. Methods included censorship, intimidation, arrests, and forced exile, with torture used during interrogations. During World War II, the OVRA cooperated with Germany's Gestapo and SD in occupied territories, sharing intelligence on resistance groups and Jewish communities. By instilling fear and suppressing dissent, the OVRA helped maintain Mussolini's authoritarian control until 1943. Forschungsamt. The Forschungsamt, or Research Office, was a secret intelligence agency created in 1933 under Hermann Göring's authority. Unlike the Gestapo or SD, it specialized in signals intelligence, focusing on wiretaps, radio interception, and code breaking. Staffed with linguists, engineers, and cryptographers, it monitored foreign embassies, businesses, and communications of Nazi officials themselves. The Forschungsamt provided Hitler and Göring with intelligence reports summarizing political attitudes, military planning, and diplomatic conversations. Its work extended to occupied territories where phone lines and radio traffic were routinely tapped. Though less visible than the Gestapo, the Forschungsamt supplied vital background intelligence that guided Nazi leadership during the war. Kwantung Army Intelligence. The Kwantung Army, stationed in Manchuria, maintained one of Japan's most active intelligence branches during World War II. Its intelligence units gathered information on Soviet military forces, Chinese resistance, and local political groups across Northeast Asia. They ran extensive networks of informants, recruited collaborators, and carried out covert missions along the Soviet border. The Kwantung Army also experimented with psychological warfare and coordinated with special units like Unit 731 for biological research and field testing. Its intelligence officers played a crucial role in planning Japanese military strategy in China and Mongolia, making the Kwantung Army a hub of regional espionage and counter-espionage. SIM, the Servizio Informazioni Militari, or SIM, was Fascist Italy's main military intelligence agency, reorganized in the 1920s and active throughout World War II. Reporting directly to the Italian General Staff, SIM oversaw espionage, counter-espionage and cryptography. It intercepted Allied communications, deployed agents across the Mediterranean, and monitored resistance groups within occupied territories. SIM also coordinated sabotage operations and used diplomatic cover for intelligence collection abroad. Despite limited resources compared to German services, it achieved notable successes in code-breaking and naval intelligence. After Mussolini's fall in 1943, SIM split between fascist loyalists in the Italian Social Republic and Allied-controlled Italian forces. Regia Marina Intelligence. The Regia Marina, Italy's Royal Navy, maintained its own intelligence branch focused on maritime operations during World War II. Its mission was to monitor Allied fleets in the Mediterranean, gather data on convoy routes, and protect Italian naval movements. Naval attachés and undercover agents provided intelligence from ports in Spain, North Africa, and the Balkans. The service worked closely with SIM, but concentrated on naval code-breaking, signals interception, and reconnaissance at sea. Regia Marina Intelligence supported submarine warfare by tracking Allied shipping patterns, though successes were limited by resource shortages and Allied cryptographic superiority, particularly the breaking of Italian naval codes.